Tell me, what would you wish for?
Would you wish for world peace?
Would you wish for the end of a particular thing that's going on right now that I can't really talk about because you could get demonetized?
Or would you wish that everyone could eat only desserts? If you're wondering where I'm going with this, I'll cut to the chase.
I'm going to be talking about the Fairly OddParents video game called Breakin the Rules. So first off, what is the Fairly OddParents? The Fairly OddParents is a TV show starring Timmy Turner and his fairy godparents Cosmo and Wanda. Timmy gets his fairy godparents because he's deemed the child that, at the time, needed fairy parents the most because his babysitter is mean and his parents don't give him a lot of attention. So with his fairy godparents, Timmy goes on wacky adventures where he wishes for shit. The show got super popular and therefore Nickelodeon was like, we need to make a video game. So with that, Breakin the Rules was born. Alright, so now that we've gone over some of the backstory, let's start the game. So first, before we get into anything of the story, I want to address the visuals, audio, and the faithfulness to the show. Visually, the game looks just like the TV show, only it's 3D. Our main cast looks excellent, however the lip syncing is nowhere close to perfect. Most of the time, it just feels awful, and if it was given a lot more work, I don't think that it would have been as noticeable as it is now. And if the lip sync wasn't bad enough, the audio itself isn't so good either. Now, in the game's defense, my own audio for my videos isn't crafted by the gods. You know, Prometheus and Epimetheus didn't bestow to me the gift of good audio when I first started making my reviews. It took me until part 3 of my Battle for Bikini Bottom review until my audio performance started getting better. However, I'm just using a Blue Yeti mic and a jacket for my recordings. I think that whatever the creators of this game had at their disposal must have at least been better than this.
Just another day or two.
Alright, so visually and acoustically, the game has flaws. But is the game faithful to the source material? Well, yes. When you're playing the game, you definitely feel like you're in the world of the show. The characters all act and sound like they should, and there are tons of jokes.
Timmy, did your fairy godparents lose their copy of the rules?
Yeah, but...
He says yes!
In my opinion, the quality of the comedy and the faithfulness to the show is great. But besides that, how is the rest of the game? Let's find out. So the game begins with our main character sleeping. Don't worry, he wakes up, folks. His parents are going to be gone for the weekend, which means that his babysitter Vicky is going to be taking care of him. Timmy asks his fairy godparents to stall Vicky. They tell him that it's against the rules for them to do that, and then, as a rhetorical remark, Timmy wishes that they didn't have to follow the rules. Cosmo then grants his wish, like this. What the fuck are you doing, man? And now Timmy broke the rules, just like what the title of the game says. So now it is revealed that we have broken the rules so badly that the first person to touch the rulebook will now have all of the wishing powers of the fairies that were stupid enough to make the wish. And guess what? That person is Vicky. So Vicky wishes for us to go to sleep. We end up in fairy court. Yeah, fairy court. We're found guilty of losing our copy of the rules, and now we have to acquire it again, or Cosmo and Wanda will no longer be our fairy godparents. So, we have 49.5 hours to obtain all of the pages of the rules. But why though? Why do we need to get the different pages of the book? Why can't we just get the whole book? Nowhere at all in the entire cutscene was it discussed that the pages of the book have been ripped out, and neither was there any reason given why we need to get the separate pages. Maybe it explains it in the manual, but guess what? I don't have it. In some irony, I lost the rules of the game. But anyway, even if the instructions did explain why we need to collect the separate pages and not the whole book, that's still no excuse. So yeah, the story doesn't make any sense, but that's okay. Super Mario is a story about an Italian plumber fighting monsters and saving a princess, so the story here doesn't have to really make too much sense as long as the game is good. And is the game good? Well, let's get into it. So in the first level, you learn how to play the game. You have a tutorial on everything, but unlike in Tak and the Pirate Juju, you can skip the tutorials by pushing the action button. Your godparents are severely handicapped in their wishing ability because of reasons, so you have to touch 5 stars in order to make a wish. And no, the wish can't be to get the rules. So we wish our way out of our dream, and now we are back at Timmy's house, our main hub world. So we're first only limited to exploring Timmy's room for now for some reason. It's never explained why we can't just open our bedroom door, but that's fine. The best level of the games are all right here anyway. Yeah, I'm being serious. The best levels of this game are found in Timmy's room and in his bathroom. What's that you say? Timmy's bathroom? Yeah, after playing some of the levels in Timmy's room, you can unlock this door that reveals Timmy's bathroom. Yeah, Timmy has his own private bathroom. Are you really sure this kid needs fairy godparents? Anyway, let's check out the levels. We'll start with the Squirrelly Scouts level. So you know how we have the urgent time frame of 49.5 hours to collect all of the pages of the rules? Well, fuck that. We're going to camp now.
But what about our missing wish powers? If we don't find the rules, Jorgen von Strangle will make sure we'll never be fairy godparents again!
Yeah! What about it?
Even though we're in trouble right now, I'm just a kid and I have to do what people say.
Okay, fine. I guess that's a passable response, but let's just go camping anyway. And guess what? Vicky's going camping too, and she's in charge of the Cream Puffs, the female Squirrelly Scouts. While we're out camping, of course, shit goes down. The Cream Puffs become under control of Vicky through an inadvertent wish, and now all of the Squirrelly Scouts, except Timmy for some reason, are abducted. Man, this kid is really fortunate. Again, are you sure this kid needs fairy godparents? Anyway, the Squirrelly Scouts are abducted so that the Cream Puffs can make them say that the Cream Puffs are the Fairy Scouts, and now it's your job to save all of your fellow Scoutsmen, like this one, right here, by the campsite. While traveling to the Cream Puffs camp, we used a chain beaver to cut down these large trees to travel over River Rapid, as well as, holy shit, this chasm is huge. How many Squirrelly Scouts and Cream Puffs have died here? This is insane. So as we approach the Cream Puffs campground, we can't just, go in the conventional way of just walking around them as before. So we have to transform into a girl. At the campsite, we free more Squirrelly Scouts as well as learn of a secret dance. Apparently there is a secret dance in order to see Vicky, and you'll get the 4 parts of the dance as you rescue each of the 4 Squirrelly Scouts in the tents. One thing that is strange here is that although you're a girl, you still can't be seen by a searchlight. That doesn't make any sense. After learning the steps, we attempt the dance challenge, and the controls are just not good. All you have to do is push buttons. Yet sometimes that doesn't work. And yeah, I know that the arrows turn green to indicate that I can press the button, but when you press a button, a mustard cloud appears, and now I can't see shit. Look, all I'm saying here is that it could be a lot better. So we enter Vicky's camp house, steal the badges that Vicky wished for in order to have control of the Cream Puffs, and now we haul ass. So while we're running away, I'm just gonna ask you just one more time. How many kids have died here? There are some serious life-threatening gaps everywhere, and there doesn't appear to be any adult supervision, except for maybe Vicky, but, she's still a teenager, and she for sure does not give a shit about any of these kids. Also, look at this girl's jumps. Hot damn! So we get back to camp, the Cream Puffs revolt against Vicky, and we win. Alright, so what level should we do next? You know what? I know. Let's do the Crimson Chin level. So for this level, Timmy decides that he's going to waste more precious time during a 49.5 hour window by reading comics. Wanda points this out, and guess what? Timmy doesn't care. So Timmy and Vicky go back and forth, and Vicky does some more inadvertent wishes. So now we're trapped in the Crimson Chin comic book, and the Crimson Chin is no longer the hot bod he was. He's now a fat ass that eats his own boogers and scratches his crack in public. So as Timmy's alter ego, Cleft, the boy Chin Wonder, we have to stop 3 villains in order to return the Crimson Chin's powers back to him. So the first villain we have to fight is called Country Boy, and there is no elaborate build-up to this fight, just he's right there, cut these balloons, and you win. The cutscene that you get right after is badass though. The Chin's power, represented as a fucking weight, slams into his face. Awesome! The next villain we have to fight is Spatula Woman. Spatula Woman actually has some build up to her, unlike Country Boy. We get to evade Warren Bread, beat up some fat ass flunkies, and save the mayor. When we get to the end, we face Spatula Woman. And is this animation a joke? This animation is a joke, right? The only thing moving here is her face. The boss battle with Spatula Woman isn't too difficult, by the way. Just hide behind a box, to evade her kisses, hit her with your boomerang, and then avoid her spatula until you win. I will say though that it is frightening to see her use her spatula. Oh god. Alright, so one more villain to go. So, who is it? Who is this villain with this funky disco beat? Well, his name is Gilded Arches. And I know what you're thinking. Sounds like a McDonald's parody. This guy is probably a clown or something. No, actually, he's a long, golden-legged super freak. So he transfers from rooftop to rooftop following the villain, and we get to beat up some more fat-ass funkies, as well as hear some more kick-ass disco music, and even some more puns.
These guys are rough! I blame it on the boogie!
We then finally have our boss fight with Gilded Arches, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. You grapple onto him and you get this bar on the side, and the game doesn't tell you what you're supposed to do. And yeah, I complain a lot about video games telling me obvious shit, but in this case, nothing about this is obvious. So apparently, I'm too stupid to know how to jump, I'm too stupid to know how to press a button and see what happens, but when I face this villain, the game thinks that what I'm supposed to do is so transparently obvious that they are not going to bother telling me what to do. So I died a few times, but then I finally figured out that you just have to push up and down to maintain this arrow in the center as best as you can. So I finally defeat all the villains and I restore the Crimson Chin to his prime. Alright, so we had enough time reading comics, but I think it's now time we did something more productive, like playing video games. This level is my favorite level of this game. So this time Timmy and his friends are trapped in a video game and we need to escape. We get to shoot monkeys like Mega Man, play the floor is lava except this time it's real, use a snowplow, race in water data, shoot bees, play Whack-A-Bunny, and then fight a giant brain by shooting discs in homage of Tron. This level is kick-ass. Alright, let's look at one more level. So this is the bathroom level. We get shrunken down and we need to make it out of our bathroom. Now we get to wear a protective suit, which is cool, and shoot a cleaning spray at some disgusting fellas. We then make it out of a drain and fight the boss, and I guess we kill them, which is oddly strange actually. When we fight the other enemies in this level, we use our cleaning powers and this turns him into a shiny gold. But when we fight this boss with our cleaning powers, we fucking kill him. Damn. Alright, so that's all the levels that I have time to talk about today, but there's still so much more to look at. So I hope to see you guys again in part 2. We're going to be playing some more levels, and if you like this video, please click that like button, and of course, subscribe, so that way you can find out when I make new videos, including the next part of this review. So, see ya.